Hey petrolheads, today I have a question for you. When was the last time you were really impressed by a just presented car? What car you really wanted to buy? And while you are thinking, because it's quite a complicated question nowadays, I will present you my top 3. And surprisingly, these 3 models really boosted the sales of the brand. And let me start with Dodge RAM TRX. To be honest, I'm not a great fan of pickup trucks, and for example Ford Raptor never impressed me. But Ram TRX is a different story, because this crazy 6.2 supercharged V8 with more than 700 horsepower output for a pickup truck with the ability to go anywhere on any speeds. It's a tuned car from the very beginning, from the factory. Plus a great marketing with T-Rex dinosaur eating Raptor. It's just 10 out of 10 as for me. It's a great old school car with an old school marketing. And in modern time it really matters, I think, for real petrolheads. Yes, on the main market for the pickup trucks in general, I mean the US of course, TRX wasn't so popular compared to the whole sales of Ram trucks. But on many markets, developing markets and not only developing, that was a game changer for the brand. Because people who really never thought about buying a pickup truck really wanted to buy this crazy car. And for example, here in Middle East, Ram TRX would be the most popular model, the most popular version of all Ram trucks. And I believe that this model changed the whole positioning, the whole image of the brand, of the Dodge and Ram. Yes, they separated it now, but still, usually when you think about Ram, you think about Dodge. That it's not only, these pickup trucks is not only the car for farmers or some special needs, special occasions. It is a car just fun to drive, and you can just enjoy TRX in everyday life. However, somehow they decided that they're gonna discontinue this car, with V8 I mean. Yes, there would be a new TRX model, but no more 6.2 crazy engine, real beast. We would have something like V6 turbo, with something about the same horsepower output. However, V8 for pickup truck is always a must as I see it. Okay, we're moving on to the next car that I really wanted to buy. And that's a Land Rover Defender of a new generation. The old classic Defender was a car for very special occasions, like fishing, hunting, some expeditions, crazy off-road, but not suitable for everyday life at all. I mean, it wasn't a car for road in general. I once tried to drive this car for about 10 minutes, and yes, I'm quite a big and tall driver. It was extremely uncomfortable, and I just cannot understand these people who decided to buy this car as an expedition, when before going off-road you need to go on the highway for about 500-600 kilometers per day. That should be really a headache. However, they presented a new model, and that was a gem for the brand. And while Ram TRX was a car with a low production number for special occasions, crazy car, Land Rover Defender became the worldwide bestseller of the brand. Not classic Range Rover, not Range Rover Sport, not a small Range Rover Evoque. Defender beat them all. Thanks God they are not gonna discontinue Land Rover Defender, at least for now. But with all this Jaguar progress and funny movies, it is scary because, you know, it's the one group of companies, Jaguar Land Rover, and I hope that in Land Rover brand we could still buy true off-roaders without any electric motors. And the third car I was really excited about was Alfa Romeo Giulia. And that was a masterpiece for Italian brand that was, to be honest, dying before presenting Alfa Romeo Giulia. Because they had these front wheelbase platforms with nice looking but not fun to drive cars at all, to be honest. I love Alfa Romeo Brera, I love 159 as well, but they were not feeling as Alfa Romeos. You had to just fall in love in this design to buy this car instead of BMW or Mercedes for the same price. And front-wheel drive platform, yes, it was driving okay in handling, I mean, but it wasn't fast. I used to drive 159 Alfa Romeo for quite a long time, but no, it wasn't even near the BMW E60 generation. Strange looking car, of course, but as a car, it was a really good product. And Giulia, when it was presented, was a great chance for the brand, and it saved the brand. Because yes, now the technology of this car is not developing quite good, and probably they need not a facelift but a new generation of Giulia to follow all technologies and all that. But when the car was presented, it was really cool. I really dreamed about buying this car. So my main point here is that these three models really boosted the sales of all these brands, especially Alfa Romeo and Land Rover. And I believe that this is a good idea for car manufacturers, at least those with a history, to focus on the cars for real petrolheads. And on the opposite side, for example, you have also a brand with a history, which is Volkswagen Group. Volkswagen and Audi, they invested hell a lot of money in their EV platforms. They put all their effort in these cars. And what do we have? We have an ID line from Volkswagen and Audi e-tron. You know, Audi e-tron is the most depreciating car in the world. It loses something about 50% of its value for 2 or 3 years. That's crazy. Now they decided to produce all-electric new Porsche Macan. But come on, it's a Porsche brand. Nobody wants an electric Porsche. If you want an electric car, probably you would firstly go to Tesla. And you would need to put so much effort to beat it, because they are number one, we must admit it, in electric technologies. And they are really crazy cars with crazy accelerations and all that. They know how to do it. Yes, they may be manufactured not so ideal as Volkswagen cars, but it's usually not those things that really EV enthusiasts think about. And EVs in general never boosted sales of any brand except Tesla, of course, because they don't have any alternatives. But, for example, Toyota brand, not my favorite for sure, but the most popular cars in the world. And they decided that they are now, at least for now, they are not going to all-electric future. And yes, they have a lot of hybrid technologies, they see it as demanded and easy to use, but they are not going to fully electric cars. And I really think that car manufacturers, especially those with not very strong financial position, should change something in their strategies, because, for example, I don't want any exciting brands to be lost like it is with MG now. I don't care who owned the company, talking about Jaguar or Land Rover, but I care about technologies, and MG now is just a Chinese car. And it was exciting cars. There are a lot of fans of MG, especially in Britain. And here we have a lot of examples where cool cars really saved the brand. And maybe that's a smart move for many car manufacturers. What do you think? Please write in comments. Subscribe for more about non-boring cars, and your like would support channel a lot, of course, if only you like this video. Thank you and see you soon. Alright, now if you click one of these 2 videos, I hope you will enjoy them as well. And also this Suzuki Jimny, brilliant car, and with the new generation they just made it good looking, modern looking, and it boosted the sales of the car.